Good evening. What's up, everybody? So, can you guys let's bring this down? All right, that ought to do it. What's up? Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Go ahead and get this link shared one more time. What's up? Can you guys hear me okay? Mic check. All right, we're going to give it 5 minutes here, everybody, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, good evening. What's up? What's up? Yeesh. Oops. Good evening. Good evening. What's up, everybody? All right, just a few more minutes, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started. Sheesh. So far, so red. That's red. I had a pretty good weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend as well. All right, I'm going to go grab my cup really quick, and I will be right back. And we'll go ahead and get started with the news. All right, I'm back. What's up? Good evening. All right, live on TikTok here. All right. Oh my god, dude. That's what happens when you turn on TikTok. All right, let's do it. Amazon, please. All right, well, futures are open, and we're gonna have some. This should be an interesting session, regardless. But check Bitcoin. We'll take a look at those things here in just a second. You guys know the deal. We're gonna go over the news, go over headlines, watch list, so on and so forth. And then right before we close out, I will take a handful of chart requests. So. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. So, right off the bat, futures are down, and not or to add to that sentiment here, we had the S&P down 0.58% last week. We had the NASDAQ 1.90%, and the Russell down basically the same thing. Dow Jones 0.76%. So we saw a reasonable pullback in most major ETFs. So a couple bulletins to go over here. Visa and MasterCard have suspended operations in Russia. Legitimate questions. How are people going to pay for anything in Russia now? The world's largest payment network effectively locked out Russia, offering credit card, debit card, and prepaid card services. Russia is likely to turn to China's UnionPay, seems kind of counterproductive there, to issue new cards. So Carl Icahn exits Occidental after a 3-year activist campaign. Icahn, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that guy's name, owned a 10% stake in the oil and gas producer Occidental. It paid off big, like $1 billion big. Representative of the board also resigned. His next battle will likely be McDonald's. So the Batman Post opening weekend record for pandemic. Is the pandemic really over? This has a headline question. Studios are starting to think so. Warner Bros. New film Batman grossed $128 million in its opening weekend and has set a pandemic era record for the box office and gave credence to movie theaters and studios could bounce, or so movie studios could bounce back from the virus. So, what's up? Good evening. What's up, everybody? Do I believe that this is just a pullback? I believe this is kind of a bear market, to be honest with you, and I think that if anything, a correction. It fits the definitive characteristics for a correction. As well as the entry into a bear market. Bear markets can last 3 months, can last a year. If you want to see what that looks like and proof of that, you can go to our daily time frame, or excuse me, not our daily time frame, our monthly time frame, and you can see that there are extended periods. I think if you go to the 12-month period, yeah, you'll see there's actually a couple of years where we, obviously this is the early 2000s. This is a solid year of bear market. So we'll find out. So far, we're from the top, from the 480, we're down to that 431, which is a little over half of last year's gains. So in my opinion, we could be in store for a far larger pullback on SPY. So. Do I know why Kroger has jumped? I think it was earnings. Treasury stocks are down. Everybody is buying gold and silver and oil. That's right. Things that matter to people. Anyway, so Moody downgrades basically all of Russia. Moody's downgraded Russia's credit rating. Russia invasion set off a flurry of sanctions designed to destroy the country's economy. They're taking a toll everywhere, but increasingly apparent in the world's largest market, the bond market. Moody's downgraded Russia's credit rating to a CA, the second lowest rating, citing capital controls that are likely to restrict payments on the country's foreign debt and lead to a default. For that, the country will likely pay a hefty price. So this week, guys, going over our economic calendar. For this week, we've got consumer credit. That is Monday. On Tuesday, we've got all of these are low impact. NFIB, small business optimism, trade balance, wholesale inventories. On the 9th, MBA mortgage applications index, JOLTS. And EAI crude inventories, high impact data there. March 10th is the only real high impact data that we have. Continuing claims, initial claims, core CPI, CPI. So that's your economic calendar for this week. As far as our earnings calendar and what we have to look forward with that. So we've got NIU starting Monday off. A lot of lingerie ads here. Stitch Fix, DM as far as like some notable ones. Wednesday we've got CrowdStrike as more notable earnings. But one thing that you'll notice here is that earnings season is pretty much fading out. Thursday we've got Blink, JD, Rivian, and a couple of DocuSign, Oracle. So probably bigger earnings on Friday. But after that, pretty lackluster as we just kind of lull into our next earnings season. So something to keep in mind. Oftentimes things like that can uplift the market, where in this case a lack of earnings can actually do the opposite. So alrighty. So it looks like, guys, based off of what I can see, futures are down from the 4308, 4310 level down to about the 4260 level. So considerable push down. And we have to consider that when looking at the market going into next week. So just going to do a quick ETF overview. Yeah, exactly. So just really quickly, that level that we're dropping to is right around here. This is a major support level. So before you get too amped up, it's going to be right about there. And seeing continuation of the downside, of course, futures are still continuing to move. We could open up at 422. And in that case, guys, I'm still calling for at least minor bounces. We did leave a gap unfilled. But of course, guys, everything is riding on the unpredictable. And of course, you know, part of my job is to kind of gather what I can and see what the market can, you know, is capable of based on the data points that I have. And when you have a unpredictable data point or a unpredictable factor, which is war, which is conflicts, which is global leaders sanctioning, those things make for especially difficult swing trading. So if you're a technical trader, this is where tactical traders are probably failing. If you're a fundamental trader, it's probably tough because there's great trades or great companies that are losing a ton of value. But somewhere in between, there's the obvious and inevitable, I guess, realization that everything has gone up beyond valuations incredibly fast. Some companies making, you know, what some other companies have done in 10 years, you know, Fortune 500 companies and one, you know, just in the pandemic pump. So that being said, you know, there is still there is no fundamentals, no technicals when it comes to something as unpredictable and terrible as war. So that's something to keep in mind as you're trading. And something that's going to, obviously not the circumstances that you want to learn patience in, but regardless, not always. And you know, I'll break off really quickly. One thing that I thought over the weekend, and I've been thinking this over and over because I'm just going to start repeating it more often. I think one of the secrets, if there ever was a secret to trading, is not trading. You know, if you don't have a goal in mind for what you're going to use trading for, then there is no reason that you're just going to be spinning your wheels. And yeah, so this is kind of a good example. The reason people are buying gold and silver is by 445 and 444. I have a $400 price target on that, but anyway, you know, this is the unpredictable times. Hard to call a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's about it. We don't really have much other than what I've thrown out there. We have seen the dollar. I did miss this headline. The dollar is strong, strengthening. The U.S. dollar index is the highest it's been during the pandemic amid global turbulence. That could be good if you're a holder of many dollars, but companies might fight for the dollar strength, troubling as a considerable portion of the revenue is derived from outside of the U.S. So, all right. So I'm going to make this quick. Really, my watch list, and I'm going to go over here. really quickly, because I want to spend more time answering your guys' questions tonight, and charting as much as I can. So I'm just going to make this really, really quick, because here's the thing. I can do candlestick analysis. I can do what I can as a technical trader, like I was saying, but all I can do is read and react to certain factors or certain aspects of the market. And that being said, when it comes to something like this, we're moving headline by headline. While we may still operate in the same trends, which makes it easier to take trades because oftentimes they'll take advantage of those headlines, it's still obviously something where I would rather give you guys my watch list levels and all starting in the morning. So if you guys want to hop on in the morning, I'll go over my watch list, but at that point, I'm going to go over the levels in their entirety. So that way you guys have a updated version. I'll still go over your guys' charts, obviously, and you know, give you guys a overview. We're going to be looking at the hourly and the daily mostly for these requests, as that's probably going to benefit y'all more than anything, because you're going to want to be looking at those higher time frames to see where you're opening up and where those opens are relevant to you obviously. So I got you today tonight. Yeah, man, I'm getting to it this week. I'll be in touch with a lot of people who are meaning to meet with me. So, alrighty. Um, so first off, you guys know the deal. Snapchat is still on the watch list. This one, it has plenty of gap left. We've already gotten a ton of gap from it yesterday. I imagine that from this gap down, we are likely going to see Snapchat at $32. So if you took Snapchat puts with me, this is likely a great opportunity to take profit. We do have and this is awesome. Those of you guys who weren't with us on TikTok, or if you were not with us here on YouTube, we were actually able to, I think this was probably one of the better examples of utilizing multiple contracts. So March 18th puts for $33 strike, we've been holding because that was our initial strike. We knew, well, I was looking at snap short. I held those even though they were red, I think almost down 40%, but it was my initial position. One of the beneficial things is that you can use shorter expiration contracts to sweeten the deal, and that's kind of what we've done. So that put right now is sitting at about 50%. I also added another put on top of that $32 put expiring next week. So that next week put will be, I'll be able to actually take profit on the entire position, but I will be watching to utilize weekly contracts depending on where we open, and that even means if we go for a gap fill. At this point, it's kind of just finding those levels and then playing them as they fall. Right here, I've got fibs at 29.92, and that's once we break the 30. Oh, let me move this really quick. So once we break this $32 level, this $31.90 level, I'd be eager to add to that position for kind of a final strike on Snapchat. So Snapchat is on the watch list, and if you guys are trading with me or trying to, I'm gonna try and answer this question. I'm always thinking of like the question so that way I can answer them when they come up. When you're trying to build a watch list, obviously for me, I'm looking for gaps, because gaps attract volume. They attract traders, high frequency traders that are looking to take advantage of low volume areas on the chart. And so with that being said, Snapchat, hold on one second. Let me write this down before I forget it. Oh Lord, I just lost my train of thought. Seems logical from my opinion. I totally just lost my train of thought. My brain just got totally wiped. Give me one second. doesn't matter. Snapchat, I'm going to be taking it short, down to 29.32, for your AKA your final blow. So, I don't know what just happened there. I just got my mind blown. Captain ADHD over here. Hold on one second. I'm writing this down. All right. Gaps. Oh, that's right. Watchlist. So, thank you. I appreciate you. So when I'm looking for my watch list, if nobody's ever told you this before, there are always going to be stocks that are unattractive, right? Or fade out. Sundials, Tilrays, JMIAs, Fubos, right? They lose volume and become untradeable because there's no solid follow through, or the only way to trade them is really, really long. Sometimes Fubo can be fun. It does kind of jolt up and down. So what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a watch list is stocks that I played before that offer good movement while running with major ETFs. Apple, Microsoft, Snapchat, which often just runs with the Qs, Zoom, Snow, Facebook, etc., etc. So there is, and this is the hard. So it depends on what you're doing. You can go look at leading sectors, like which sector is leading forward, which sector is being beaten down, and that can oftentimes help you you know get a leg up on what's possibly going to be moving, but it all depends on your strategy. So, but for me, obviously there are certain catalysts that I'm definitively looking for when I'm looking for a watch list. So upgrades, downgrades, gaps caused by those things. Those are all attractive things for me. Obviously, certain aspects of conflicts can offer volatility in war stocks. So that's just another example of how to build a watch list. I think some people just are kind of like I don't want to say insecure, but they have a hard time like just picking it. And one thing that I think really gets people is they think they're missing the FOMO. They feel like when they pick one, they're missing out on every one other. But like you're always gonna miss. So just pick one and crush it. Pick one and chart it on the daily, chart it on the weekly. Go down to the hourly, see what the setup looks like, see what contracts are gonna look good, and take it from there. Sorry, I know I'm going off on a rant, but awesome. Where do I see Snap short? I see it filling the entirety of the gap, $25. Okay, so Snapchat now INTC. So INTC got a major downgrade last week, and I took this one, and it really pissed me off. Sorry, but it was a really aggravating trade. The reason being is instead of, and I did have to take a hedge on it, which I think I'll be fine, but I think they kept it propped up. And you can see that the market was falling and INT was moving up. It did get a major downgrade from obviously a recognizable firm. So when I'm seeing stuff like that, I'm obviously thinking, okay, maybe INTC is going to go fill its gap to the upside at 48.85. So I took a really cheap hedge, but I'm still holding INTC puts. I took a $47 put for March 11th and a $47.50 put. Both of those are red. First entry is down 33%. Second entry is down 6%. I'm thinking on the gap down from the overall market, if that does hold, that we'll likely see the gap get filled. The contract that is currently down 6%, that's the 47.50, that's going to be taking profit first. Then we're going to let the original entry ride out. So INTC is on the watch list. Facebook also on the watch list. Now this one's kind of my own little thing. I've been holding, and a couple of other people have been holding Facebook. I have a I actually got out of it, but I have a 197.50 put. I do have two different. Actually, no, I don't. I have next week's expiration. It's a gap down. It's probably going to gap down. So likely on that gap down, I'm going to take profit and I'm going to play the gap to the upside. But Facebook, regardless, is still a really good mover as far as volatility is concerned, where we can just follow the cues and trade this one up or down. But I'm thinking that we're going to hit 190, y'all. All right, so Facebook, where's my pen? Um, so I got dragged into this one. Let me go double check. High frequency trading, gap filling. Get closer to my mic, your mic, my bro. How's that? Is the mic better? Hopefully that's better. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now. Dominion. I'll take a look at it in a second. What's up, bro? INTC. Yeah, I'm so main setup on INTC here. Or excuse me, INTC. mRNA. So mRNA is on the watch list. I am short vaccine stocks. I'm actually, he may be watching with me right now. One of my friends here in town, just talking to him about this today. He asked me why, or I was explaining to him why I was short on vaccines. You can go look around you. Most people aren't wearing masks. Most people are, if not, they're not already vaccinated. They're just not going to, or they're just over it. Most social activities have come back. Uh, and with that being said, I think uh, most of the articles are speaking in favorable are in favor of, I guess, no COVID. So all that being said, I'm thinking we're going to see a $90 mRNA. And since I have that price target on mRNA, I have a March 25th 115 put. And I also added, I did hedge this with a very far out of the money 175 call, because usually if mRNA is going to move up drastically, it's going to do so on news. So I took one just in case. But that is my current position right now. March 25th, mRNA put 5%. Definitely could see some more room to the downside. It did have this wedge here, which it looks like it's going for that third tap. It's already completed three rejection off of resistance, so I'm pretty confident that we're going to see the 116 and 115 this week on mRNA. So yeah, if you guys have any requests here on TikTok, just please hop on the YouTube, and I'd be happy to take your request. But it's hard for me to kind of switch back and forth, and it also keeps it in chronological order for me. So hit the link in my bio. But I have no idea what some people are saying in here. I'm lost. Wait, you no longer. I have no idea what you're talking about. I think I don't. Anyway, so mRNA on the watch list. for this week. And SQ, last one. Last one is SQ. SQ has the remainder of a gap down to $97 with market cooperation. We're going to continue to trade this one down to $98. Expect a gap down to $100 on SQ if the rest of the market gaps down with it. So Zoom is on the side piece watch list because it's going to get what it deserves and fall down. It is just an overhyped Skype. Don't let anybody tell you any different. They basically just sold you LaCroix. $60. I see this one going back down to IPO prices overall, but not to be overly bearish. I see this one down to $100 this week. So stocks look down. Yes, we do. Or they do. And I help them. All right. So that's really it for me, guys. My overall opinion on this week is the data points aren't really going to do much, but I think that we're just going to be riding the news. I think the overall sentiment right now is negative overall. Hopefully that was just... Okay. Sorry. But the overall sentiment is relatively negative. And because there's not much to look forward to, we could just have a low volume week. But again, I think headline by headline and the overall chess piece on the board, the king piece is the war, is Russia, is sanctions. They're affecting everything worldwide. Our sanctions against Russia hurt us, hurt other countries, which in turn hurt us. So all in all, that is about it from me. So if you guys have any request, please let me know in the comment section of the YouTube. Just one, please, at a time. And please do not spam the chat. If you guys here on TikTok want to drop, oh, no problem. I enjoy what I do. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, guys. You guys are nice as hell. But yeah, go ahead and drop those requests, guys, and we'll get to it. Tomorrow night is the Oculus giveaway. Tomorrow night is the Oculus giveaway. We're giving away the Oculus. Don't have to be in the chat, but we will be giving away the Oculus. Make sure to go follow the links in my bio, Simple Stacks Investments. Please go follow Trading with Manners. So I will be doing another giveaway. This one was a little bit butchered or botched due to my timing and my moving. Just didn't work out. Perfect storm. But this next giveaway will be for one of the followers for Manny's YouTube channel, Trading with Manners. So make sure to go look that up. It's Trading with Manners with a Z at the end of it. So make sure to go subscribe to that channel, follow the YouTube, follow the YouTube, and follow his IG for the next giveaway. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do these charts. So the first one that we have is I am on YouTube. Yeah. All right. First one I got is Oxy. All right. Now I have obviously that this is moving up with the overall market. The shares that were just sold, that headline that I read you, will affect the stock. Due to, I don't know the deals or what's going on with Occidental fundamentally, news-wise. I know I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I don't know anything about it. But what I do know is that the next zone above it that I can see Occidental hitting is just flat up, straight up $60. I think right below is $58.35, so you could see $58.35 or $59 even. That's your next resistance zone. Anytime you see a massive green candle like this, it's obviously obviously probably time to take a little bit of profit. And that's probably going to be going through a lot of the minds of investors through in this. You sell, you buy when it's ugly, you sell when it's pretty. This is really pretty. This is a great return for anybody in this section, and so I would see or think that we would see some pullback here. Now, I could be wrong, and we could gap up and just continue because of the pressure with Russia until that is resolved. Oil continues to rise, energy continues to rise, and I don't really expect that to change. So. Absolutely no problem. What is the chart on the right called? What do you mean? This is called a volume profile. Volume profile. Okay, so right now I have on my chart from June 20th of 2019 to last week, right? So this is a volume profile, visible range. So the range that is invisible or that is visible. That being said, I use volume profile to understand or better see the strength behind the levels. So if you're looking behind at supply and demand, how strong or how steady or whatever you want to call it is that demand, is that supply. Um, I've used the Red Rover example, and the volume profile basically, like here, if Occidental was to be selling fake oil or some shit, I don't know, I'm just making that up, and they drop, right? The first, like, they just completely drop. It doesn't matter what they did, they're gonna bounce at 1350, period. There's too many people here, and that's because a lot of accumulation and buying occurred in this level. So thanks for charting that. Yeah, not a problem. It's a little weird, but obviously we'll do it. All right, Amazon. Ugh. What a chart. What a chart. It's the worst. Look at that. Look at this. All right, so immediately no. All I hear is TikTok in my head. This I gotta delete the app. Immediately no. So this was like a descending triangle. I'm not quite sure what we got going on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this bounce level. I'm gonna say that's viable. Now, for Amazon gap down level, watch 28.35 for a gap down level on Amazon. With that gap down, that's a big level. Obviously, this is a key level here on Amazon. This is 27.60, 55, and then obviously you got a little wick right here, 27.05. Those two right there is what I would be interested in seeing. But overall, this is a bearish setup and looks to go lower. Months ago, when we were trading up here, I put a price target of around $2,200 on Amazon. I think closer term 2,500, and I would stick with the $2,500 headset. So why do I use that ribbon indicator? That's a really good question. So the whole ribbon indicator that you see on my chart basically is, you can think of it as a combination of MACD and moving averages, like your 200. This is actually using whole moving averages, smooth moving averages. Or excuse me, whole moving average, not smoothing average. And with those two, when the two different whole moving averages flip, it shows a momentum shift. And it works just like a moving average. I mostly use it on higher time frames. It is the only indicator that I would ever actually I've never done it, but like I would actually have it buy and sell. I wouldn't have it sell, but I would have it accumulate. If I was DCAing a stock, dollar cost average, If I was dollar cost averaging a stock, I would have the whole ribbon indicator on the daily do it for me. And a great example is Microsoft, where I have an alert for every time on the daily when the ribbon crosses, and I did just that a couple of times. So, especially over in this area, I bought a lot of Microsoft here, and I bought a lot of Microsoft here, and I bought a good bit of Microsoft here, and then once it broke there, I ended up taking profit. So, um, but anyway, I use it for a momentum indicator. It's almost just like your 9-day moving average for me on a lower time frame. So, when drawing trend lines, do you use 5-minute and 15-minute? 15-minute should do it. You can double check the 5-minute to make sure it's clean, but usually anything that you 5 on the 5 is not going to give you a very big move. So. Hold on 1 second. All right, the next one, I already did that one. ENPH. I don't know anything about this. Can you show me the basics? In my Discord, yeah, you can scalp the 5-minute. In my Discord, I do have a lot of that information for free, kind of step by step. So you can take a look at that if you want. I'll do Zoom. Zoom's on the watch list this week. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so in a phrase, energy, been on the rise, kind of has a 4-hour bull flag. I already charted this one for somebody, and I had basically 2 speculations here, and it's basically, I haven't seen this chart in a minute. It had a gap here. I said I was concerned about the gap. It's filled the gap, bounced beautifully at 153, finished with a 4-hour bull flag. So watch for a push above 168.68, and you should see EMPH move into the 180 range, 180 to 190. If you do not, okay, if you do not, anywhere below 145, and I would speculate you're going to see ENPH around 123.65. So. All right, next one we got here is Apple. All right, so this one, beautiful downtrend here. Okay, so regardless of my dynamic trend lines, this is where we ended on Friday. I can only imagine that if the market gaps down, that we should see either A, 160, or B, excuse me, yeah, A, 160, 161, so somewhere in that range. And then if we do continue to push to the downside, I can only expect 158.65 from there. That is with this curl over. Now, if we continue to fall, I've got this bottom support here as my next speculative bounce level, and that's probably going to be in the 150s. And 150 is and has been my price target for Apple now for a hot minute. Kind of jumped the gun months ago, but I do still have, or I still am short on Apple, possibly to the 150 region. So that's what I'd be thinking on that one. Personally, I will also bring up that it's not outside of the question for Apple to go and test resistance at any point with any headline that doesn't represent short. So If we see something, Russia pulls back. If this happens tomorrow, between now and tomorrow, if Russia does anything, actually does something that causes the market to go up, it's going to cause the market to go, not just go up, it's going to go up. And with that being said, Apple has a gap to 166.67, and it has a gap to 172.62. So don't sleep on a potential reversal. All right, so I already did Facebook, but just to give you an update here. Now, you don't know until you see it. I don't think that this is a real thing. Right now, I'm just sticking to the little wedge that I got set up here. And with that being said, I either expect Facebook, which obviously it's not going to now. I was expecting a potential bounce to 205. It didn't give us that. I think we gap down to potentially 198 or 197 straight. So if we do that, I imagine we'll see a gap fill immediately to the upside, with a potential target or retest level of 203.27. But overall, I'd be looking at the 190 level to the downside, and then to the upside 209 and 210, if you're looking to move this to the upside. So every chart pre-market prep on the 1 hour. I would say I chart on the daily and the hourly usually first, even if it's the morning. Hit the link in the bio if you guys have any requests and you guys want me to chart those requests. I'm not going to be taking too many more requests, but I am gonna a Moscow Mule. Not tonight, no. Sounds delicious though. This could be a quintessential H pattern on Facebook, which is pretty self-explanatory. H. Not a problem. All right, so Airbnb. Now, this is what we like to call, as far as technical terms are concerned, crackhead energy, because that's pretty much what we're getting here, from Airbnb. But you can zoom down a little bit lower. What was I just talking about on Facebook? This is your H pattern. It's an H pattern, but H's can turn into W's. Now, I don't think so now that the market is continuing to fall. So watch for Airbnb down to 137 or 140 even. Obviously, that's a psychological number, but the next two levels below your 138.40. I imagine I might be able to utilize, let's see what the pip extensions do. Nothing, because there's not enough data. Sheesh. Yeah, I got 131.50 for Airbnb. Personally, I don't see, if you look at a chart, I think one of the simple questions you can ask yourself is, does that look like it's going to go up? No, it's not. It doesn't. It looks like it's going to go hit something and bounce hard, but that something may not happen until it finds support. So, me personally, I say 131.50. Cannonball, I am using a little of both. I'm using risk level, which, when a small account kind of has to use medium, higher risk. But I'm evaluating risk, and therefore determining size. If that makes any sense. Anyway, that's my target on Airbnb overall. Tesla. All right. By the way, I just tagged everybody. By the way, I just said by the way like 4 times. go to the Discord announcement page. I just dropped a potential new setup for the Discord. This is going to be really, really cool. In the future, I'm kind of looking forward to admins actually being able to break off into their own lives to talk to people, to hold one-on-ones, to answer questions, to trade together, to monitor things, and just whatever it may be. I just want you guys to take a look at that. Tell me how you feel about the Discord, and if that would help or look better for you guys. Also, on top of that, Tesla. I just looked on my Discord or on my page PotterStocks, and I was looking at my uh, analysis for Tesla up around here. I think we were in this range right about there. And no, it was here. So I made the content right here, and it gapped up on that, but I was short on Tesla, looking for this 200-day moving average. But I just saw that today. I was like, damn, like I wish I would have just bought a long put on that, but hindsight's 2020. You said spy. I did spy on my YouTube channel right at the beginning of the stream, so. Anyway, so Tesla currently 4 hour. So when you're charting, you do the daily. The 4 hour is a great place to clean the chart up. Basically, to go look for these type of things: wick, wick, body, wick. Right? I need to see some verification. So anyway, that's my resistance. As far as support is concerned, support's been a little bit tougher to find here for Tesla. This is a correction. So I'm just going to conclude that that is our potential support to the downside. But Tesla actually has a gap at 810, and that's where I think Tesla goes. Otherwise, and may even open up at. But 810 is my target for Tesla with a bounce of 807 or 806. So, how do you enter the next giveaway? So go on YouTube. If we're gonna be doing a couple different giveaways on this one, so basically we're gonna be looking for. You're gonna have to follow all of our all the things in my link tree, including Trading with Manners on YouTube. And if you're following all of those things, I think we'll throw one more thing out. It's not official yet. I'm just giving you guys a sneak preview. But it doesn't matter when you do it. We're just going to pick from the pick from the people who have. It almost broke my clear. Cool. Yeah. All right. So Roblox is the next one. I have been staring at Roblox, guys. So this is price exploration. I think it has $40. But at that point, if the market continues to fall, I don't really think that Roblox, because I'm starting to feel more and more bearish on this company the more that I hear people talk about it and why they're investing in it. And if that's just the general consensus. Otherwise, personally, I would watch $40 if it doesn't just gap down. So no glasses tonight. No, sometimes I got some contacts, or I just gotta let the eyes breathe. Actually, my optometrist says that I shouldn't do this. That makes it worse. But you know what? It's my eyes, right? My eyes. Stop trying to control me. See you in the morning, man. See you, Sunny. When you exit an option, is it predetermined profit target or price target? Price target. Never profit target. Never. If you go by profit target, you could say, if I hit, you could say which one comes first. All right, I have a $200 profit target, but this is my price target. Obviously that can get confusing because, you know, if IV jumps in or something like that, maybe you hit your price target, or maybe you hit your profit target before your price target. But personally, I always go with the price target, and you should be able to calculate your risk to reward. So I personally think Nancy Pelosi did that on purpose. I think that she knew that she was about to make an insane amount of money on other stocks, and so it just looks good to lose sometimes. Why would, yeah, I don't know. She's got plenty of time behind those expirations, so. Roblox does not have earnings this week. They already had earnings. So the reason why I do not have a profit target for, if you're selling contracts or selling premium or something like that, obviously it's different. But for me, when I'm buying and selling contracts, I'm not even looking at my, so I'm playing what I, you know, you could say speculating, but what I am foreseeing happening based on price action, price targets, volume, supply and demand, et cetera, et cetera. With that, you know, if I set a profit target and I'm using a contract that is for this week, right? Oftentimes, I'm not going to have time to calculate how much profit I can make off of a 15-minute trade. But what I can tell you is based on the delta and based on the price action, whether or not those contracts are going to go up considerably in value. And that's what I'm looking for, certain elements that I've already done the math beforehand on what I'm looking for in a contract for a certain situation by just being in the situation. So when the reason that I don't take the profit based targets is because oftentimes you can't control every aspect of the profitability of your contract. It's the price action on the way there oftentimes has a lot to do with that contract. So, but that's just me. I think, you know, everybody has their own style and own, you know, things that work for them. If they're utilizing contracts and using profit targets, maybe they're using more modest profit targets. So, yeah, right. So you are a day trader. I day trade. It's not who I am. I do more than that, but yes, day trading is what I do for the most part. Come here, dude. Stop. Um, Hunter, I always reset the small account. Therefore, I have a small percentage goals for a small account. That's good. Reset with a small account. All right, we got a few more here, guys, and we're going to head and call it a night. There's not much more to talk about. But I will be up bright and early, and hopefully we will have a chance to, if you're in the Discord, to chart whatever tickers you guys are looking for. If you guys are looking to join the Discord, again, if you're brand new and you don't know what's going on, don't pay for my stuff. Don't pay for anything. There's way too much free information in my Discord, in other people's Discords, and other people's websites for you guys to be able to learn. And then utilize services like this for free, streams like this for free in order to get your questions answered. But We do have a new website. If you guys just want to check it out for fun, it's right here. Those of you guys on YouTube, it's all redesigned, but we have a new website. So if you guys are looking to join, make sure to go through simplestacksinvesting.com. We are open again, but again, please, you can't use. Don't buy tools you can't use. So, does cryptocurrency affect credit score? I actually don't know. That's actually a really good question. The no boss life. So you just gotta be really strict and stick to one thing. And I'll say this before I keep charting. If you have a $500 account, you have to be a drill sergeant. You have to find. It is the most challenging. It's good. It's good for. I think it's just good for people in general. It's been good for me. But when you have a small account like that, you have to. When you make big gains or you make a big leap in the right direction, you have to cut yourself down. You have to take that money and put it away, because at the end of the day, I took $500 and I took it to 10K, and I would blow it every time. And not I'm talking just blow it. I'm saying it took me 3 weeks to get there. It took me 1 week to blow it. And that's because I decided to, without really consciously knowing, just to change everything that I was doing. And once I did that, I fell into this pattern of repeating myself. And once I figured out, okay, I keep hitting this wall. Why do I keep hitting this wall? Well, that's because I don't have a strategy that works at the time for me to be able to continue to push forward from here. It's just not going to work. So yes, you can start with $500. Are you going to be a millionaire off of that? No, probably not. Not off of just that. If you can, well, I'm not going to say a millionaire. I'm just going to keep it reasonable. But if you can take that $500 and you can turn it into 5,000 and then set that for that, do it again. My main thing is if you can do it once, do it again. You crush 500, you turn it to 10,000, put it away, do it 9 more times. Do it 9 more times. It's not that hard. If you did it once, you could do it again. And so I think that to me, that has been the best method. Find a price target that you want to hit. When you hit it, restart. Put the money away and don't touch it. Don't spend it. Put it away and take the $500 and do it again. Boom. Now you have $20,000. All right. Do it again. $30,000. Guys, I did this 9 times. 9 times. I had forgotten and was so excited to look back. I had $92,000, like $381,000 just in my account. And that's like, okay. That's when I think that's when I was confident in my strategy and my ability to scale my strategy. I also hit a huge play a year and a half ago that doubled that, so what was the strategy that helped you get past the wall? No weekly contracts past Tuesday, only obviously using contracts that go out. Now this was a different market. Okay, so right now the strategy that you guys see me use, gaps, I didn't use that last year. I wasn't only looking for gaps. I am looking at the market and seeing what is the most high probability thing that I can utilize, and I'm learning how to do that. Therefore, when it comes time to do it again, which it will, I'll be ready for it, because the market isn't one-sided. And that's why I said the most important thing about trading is not trading, because your strategy doesn't work every day. Your strategy will not work every day. If someone just told you that your tools are just going to be broken on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, would you go to work if you didn't have to? Probably not. So like not trading and learning the strategies that you need to in order to advance. But for me, my I got over the wall for trading by constraining myself, not making it too fun, not making it too, not allowing myself to slip super duper hard, and making the tough decision to not just not trading. Um, Missing out is just a good lesson. I think once people get started, it's so addicting, but that's the part that you have to get past, because then you're mixing your real life want to make money and better your life with gambling, and that's not going to work. So no, I don't have a video on this one in particular, but no, I don't. I can make one. Do you trade or invest in crypto or just traditional market? And if not, why? I do invest in crypto. I've been investing in crypto for a little bit, um, but I don't trade. So that answers your question. So just to give you a synopsis, the less is more when it comes to the market as far as your time. Utilize as much time as you want to practice. Stay up all night, like study your ass off. Whatever you feel like you don't have a teacher here. Whatever helps you learn, do that. If it's hands-on learning, if you're a hands-on learner, start charting, start trading. There you go. That's it. If you're a listener, start listening, start learning. Listen to the podcast, listen to me live trade, listen to other people live trade. I'm not the only person out here, and even the dudes who are getting it wrong are worth listening to, because you need to know what's not worth not doing. But you can compare and contrast and find your own conclusions. Um, but overall, being strict, being that boss that you need to, um, and setting reasonable goals for yourself. And for me, when I was trying to build the account, like I had steps, and I'm still in my steps, right? I'm still hitting benchmarks and looking for new things. I often tell people, if you don't have a goal, because a lot of people tell me they want to be a full-time day trader. I'm just gonna tell, and I say this all the time. You just don't do that. Like if you if that's really what you want to do, I would just recommend going to New York City or going to college and trying to do that. Otherwise, if you're not coming from a place of capital, and having experience in it, it's gonna be really really bumpy ride. So I mean, like, um, yeah, I will in a second. But I hate when I do that. ADHD. I read one comment, I look over and I read one comment, and my brain's gone. But small account. Whenever we're working with a small account, I'm just getting back to the general gist of things, because I'm losing my train of thought tonight a lot. When you're using it, you have to implement those rules. You have to follow them. You have to be strict. It's not that fun, and you have to know which days you shouldn't trade. If you have rules, you have to stick to them, and set yourself back rather than wait for the market to set you back. Do it yourself. So yeah, squirrel. I'm squirrel today. That's me. I'm the dog from that movie. Squirrel. I saw some girl with short shorts walk past me. I just forgot about stocks for a second. What's up, lady? How are you? Can you explain more about the gaps? Where's my glasses? I never wore any glasses. What are you talking about? I've never had any. Sorry. Um, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I my brain's a little scatterbrained, but um, BROS. So they had earnings on Friday, and I was actually really impressed that they didn't break. But unfortunately, they have a massive bear flag still. So BROS, not quite sure where or like what the direction is that they're going to head from here, but the overall markets don't look good or suitable for allowing a stock like this to continue to move to the upside. So, just my humble opinion is that you're going to need to get past 52, 40, and then hopefully around $55 in order to actually cruise to the upside. Otherwise, I think it's inevitable, but you're likely going to move to the downside and break this support. So I have a dynamic support coming for the lows. You might be able to utilize extensions here. Yeah, so fib extensions. Let's see, retracements. Oh, on the money. So 53.15, $55. So two price targets are literally fibs. I didn't even have to look at the fibs. 55.75 and then 59. The extensions, you're below 46.67 and 44.50. It looks like you got some downside here to probably about 37.40. How do you read a chart when swing trading? Uh, I mostly like to read charts on. So if you've never looked at the company before, look at the weekly. Thank you. Look at the weekly, look at the daily, but also I think one thing is really, really important, guys, that a lot of people are missing out is go look up what the company is. Go look at what they do. Go look up the CEO. If you do that with every company that you chart, make that part of your charting process. I promise you it's going to add a little magic dust to your trading. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, if you guys leave a like, I do appreciate that. Thank you guys leaving a like here on 5.5K likes here on TikTok. Super awesome. Appreciate you guys. Did you just sneeze? Kitty cat? You okay, dude? That's disgusting. Um, all right, man. Have a good night, Nick. So Carlos, respectfully, of course. I wouldn't say go to New York City. I guess what I'm saying is, if you want to be a full time day trader, you should go be a full time day trader in a place where that is happening. Because I think that there's a difference between taking advantage of an investments or investment opportunities and then having this be your career. If I've never said this before, excuse me, uh, I have no inkling of my mind or body that wants to be a career day trader. Do I enjoy charting? Oh, yeah, I love it so much. It's fun. Do I enjoy teaching? It's the best part of this job. Do I enjoy making money? Of course. It's literally changed my life. But do I want this to be my life? No. I want to be able to access the things that I really want to do in my life, which is be a complete weirdo. Not in the weirdo sense, but like I want to do bands and jump off of cliffs and like go bungee jumping and skydive. Like I wanted those are the fun things for me to do. Like that's what I want to do. I also have businesses I want to start. I want to do a gourmet mushroom. I want to grow my own mushrooms, have my own mushroom farm. Like that's just weird shit that I want to do on my own time. And I want to use trading. I want to be good at trading. I want to be able to always be able to come back to it as a means of income for as long as it's in existence. So if that's what I mean. There's a difference, right? We're everyday people. Do we all need to be day traders? Probably not. But can somebody utilize this to buy back time? Sure. But I think that's oftentimes a good approach, because if you look at it as something where you need to kind of pick and grab, and it's not something that you can just come in and grab as much, it's always going to sharpen you up and give you a different outlook. But of course, that's my personal outlook. There are people who do trade from home, and Cade, there are people who trade from home, and they do day trade full time. That's what they do. But you know, this is the core of my income, but not what my, I guess my, it's not definitive of what I do and who I am, I guess, if that makes any, you know, I'm not a full-time day trader, and I don't think that anybody on TikTok, and I would say it to their face, nobody is a full-time day trader. If they are, they're just trying to be a full-time day trader. But being a full-time day trader is probably having a little bit more access to more data, being in a space. So, of course, right? Yeah. So there's a little bit of a difference, but be financially independent. Of course, yeah. I of course agree with you on that. So, what strategy did I use when I first started growing my scalping? Is what I first started doing when I first started trading. Roids02, go watch the whole YouTube. And that's my watch list. So how many hours? So when I first got started, I sat on the computer for hours. 12. I spent 16 hours sometimes on my computer, like unhealthy amounts of time. So don't think that I never broke the rules or didn't do it myself. I did, and if you did too, sometimes that's a part of the journey. But to actually trade when I first started, I would actually trade for maybe about 15 to 30 or 40 minutes a day. I would paper trade for almost the whole day. And that's because I was finding out why I shouldn't trade during power hour or during the middle of the day, right? Why we say 10 p.m. to 10:30. I was finding out the reasons why things do work and why things don't work during times when I couldn't. So if I was scalping as a new trader, of course, I wanted to make sure that I was not in the market for very long, and whatever I was exposed to, I was out and you know, took profit. So if someone wants to be a full-time trader, should they join a prop firm? I don't want to advise anybody on that one. I would Google it. I'm not gonna. I feel like yeah, I don't know if I should answer that question. If you want to be a full-time trader, I would just say get in contact with somebody. So, but as of now, so now that I feel confident in my ability, pattern recognition, fundamental analysis, I don't feel confident that I don't have anything to learn. I feel confident that I have a good foundation to continue to learn while the market changes. So now I don't spend that much time at my computer. To be honest with you guys, I want to spend as little amount of time, and I'm telling you guys, it is magic. It is magic to have an expiration for a contract be out 3 weeks, right? Or a month, and setting alerts on levels that you know if they break will reverse your contract and you will need to cut. Setting alerts on your stop loss, right? If you're charting and setting alerts, there's no reason for you to be at your desk. It's that easy. And that is, I'm telling you guys, just from, if you want to, like, if you get, just from personal experience, I legitimately walk away from my computer in $600 to $700 positions, right? But because I have a really good expiration, I'm fine. There's no reason that I can't walk away. If you're in a weekly contract, yeah, God, please sit closer to your screen. But if you're not, then, and you're in 2-3 weeks out, why not? Why not allow yourself to step away from your computer and let the thing do its thing? I've come back. So what I'll do is I'll set alerts below and above. If I'm looking down, I'll look at my watch because I have an Apple Watch, and the alert comes in, or I look at my phone and I get the alert and I see, okay, it just crossed to the downside. I know where my target is. I know where everything is at. I just continue to hold, or whatever the play is, I just continue to do what I was doing in the first place. So what are options? Options are reservations to buy or sell your contracts at a specific price by a specific date. So rather than face losing money while your stock falls, you could reserve to sell it at a certain price that's near your average or possibly near your profit target or profit margin or whatever the case may be. But they are simply contracts to buy and sell 100 shares of an asset or of an shares at a predetermined price. So by a predetermined date, which has a lot to do with them. Any good earnings you're thinking about hopping in? Crowd this week looks kind of good, but nah. Okay, sorry, but to go back to Dutch Bros, I just took a look away, and now I'm taking a look back, and I see something. So Dutch Bros over $52. Watch Dutch Bros to hit 54.15. I say 57.37 as of now is a potential price target for BROS to the upside. To the downside, 46.50, and then ultimately possibly even down to the 38.30s. So what is my highest all-time trade? $56,000. You recently moved into a new place. Where are you at now? I'm in I'm in the same city, just a different place. Carlos, I did. I did. They better fix some. They better fix their shit ASAP. Jorge, my analysis or my watch list. Go back and look at the first 25 to 30 minutes of the video. I did. I already looked at Apple. I think I did, didn't I? Ow, fuck! I just hit my arm really hard. Yeah, I did. I already went over Apple. Ethan, just scroll back and you'll find it. All right, I'll take two more requests, guys, and we'll go ahead and call it a night. What do we got? What do we got? Next request here on TikTok. I'm taking it. Ready? What is it? Don't give me a fucking penny stock. And if it's Dogecoin, I'm gonna throw my phone out the window. Lucid Oracle. All right, Lucid. All right, so Lucid, I actually already have this one pretty much charted out. Got some extension levels here, and they line up with my levels. That's $20.50, which I happen to agree with. So Lucid at the moment, and ignore this trend line here to the downside, but I'm short, and I know a lot of you guys know that I'm short on Lucid and most of these EV companies. I see 2163, but I also have a small, teeny tiny gap at $20.50. That's also just a big supply zone. If you go back and you look at the debacle that was Lucid, and you go mark out $20.50 right about there, you'll notice that there is a couple of rejections, bounces, 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 rejections, rejections, and some bounces. So this is a formidable level. $20.50 is my downside target. It needs to bounce. It's going to bounce soon, as soon as the market allows us some sort of reprieve. And I imagine that these gaps will get refilled. There is always the possibility of a retest of 25.50 if EV vibes sentiment changes, but otherwise I still am short on Lucid. So Oracle has earnings this week, I believe. Yeah, so Oracle, oof, bro. God, I love standard deviation channels. Oh, damn. Trend lines don't work. It's all just made up. Technical analysis isn't real. But this trend line from March of 2020 just happens to be my resistance here in 2022. And that is a super sweet bear flag that you broke down out of. Man, I love playing Oracle though, because the spreads make for a super profitable. If you can get filled at a really nice spread on that one, I'm telling you what, Oracle pay is really, really nice. So there you go. 1, 2, 3 rejections off of your top resistance, which also could be used as your 4-hour 50-day EMA. Do you guys notice that the stock? So the way that I use EMAs when I'm charting a stock, oftentimes I'm also observing how the EMAs correspond with the stock movement. Here, I'm seeing that the $50 or the 50-day moving average in trend, bam, right, becomes bam, bam. You get some support there, bam. It becomes a formidable or noticeable resistance, and that's what you'll find. What you're finding here is that's exactly what we did. 1, 2, 3, resistance broken. Now we go look at our key levels. We see a key level right there. Okay, we built a bull flag on it. That's a key level, 75.42. Didn't even look at the whole number. Didn't know what it was, but that is a psychological number. Now we've got 74.42. I'm going to go with 73.88 as a key level below you. 73.88. And if you lose that, H pattern downside, $70.20. Flex on them. You want to see my muscle? I'm just kidding. You don't want to see that. Oh, you were actually looking at my arms. Oh, I thought you were talking about like flex on them. Like my arms are not that big though. They're just stock trading arms. All right, y'all. What are the benefits of joining the Discord? One of the benefits of joining the Discord is you get my analysis every day live, but you also get 7 other admins who are all trading at their own capacity with their own styles. You've got their signals, you've got their analysis, you've got their lives on live with me. They will be a part of the education in the future. We've got signals, we've got technology for bots, and it's basically pull up whatever information that you want. I know a lot of you guys can use that in the free part too. Of course, you can actually do a 5-day trial if you want to check it out, but you can also go to the map section of our chat. I'll tag it really quickly. So you can check it out. I'll tag everybody and go watch those videos, and it'll give you kind of a full rundown on exactly what we have going on inside of the Discord. But the Discord format is about to change drastically. So if you guys are in the Discord right now, please go to the announcement page and cast your vote as soon as you can, because we really want to know what your opinions are on the new format for our Discord. Right now the Discord is set up where everybody's kind of all combined. We're going to be doing one where it's a little bit more separated, and therefore nothing really gets too mixed up. So subsections, so make sure to check that out. But if you feel hesitant to join the Discord, wait. That may be just your gut telling you that you need more time. Please, if you feel that you have more, if you're not taking entries and exits and stuff like that, always feel free, to take a break if you're already in, or to hold off if you need to. I really want to be able to, myself, and our other admins and the Discord itself want to be utilized as a tool that helps, not just relied on. Of course, we want to be reliable. That is our main goal, but we also want to make sure that you guys build a sense of reliableness for yourselves, or a sense of confidence in your analysis. So just so that you guys know what you're getting into, because one thing that I don't want people thinking is that we just do signals and we just want you to take our signals. If that's the thing is and that's why I'm on live so often, is because when people take my signals, I want them to know what I'm thinking, so therefore they can work it in a way that works for them. So Cannonball, if you want to use the free trial again, I would recommend starting you're probably gonna have to start a new Discord. I don't know how that works. You can try it again. If it doesn't work, DM me and I will figure out some way to let you do a trial again if you need to. Yeah. 5-week calls in 5 weeks. Or corn. Like corn? You want some corn? Corn? No. I haven't done that. What? You want to sit in the chair? Come on. Come on. Oh, you want me to pick you up? Come on. What? That's a chunk. Look at this big dingus. Look at that thing. How do... Yeah, that cat does say hi. She says hello. You say hi? Um... Yeah, you guys don't have cats like that. It's a real cat. Would you explain to us how candles work? Sure, this is a good explanation to end the night. So wicks, which are the lines, right? You see the lines coming out of the top of the candles. Those are going to represent price range. So the area, or the range in which the price has traded in that given time frame. So if you're on the hourly and there's a wick between 52.60 and 53, then that's the range in which you traded in that hour. If you have the body of the candle simply represents the open and the close. And that's, obviously it's kind of hard to explain here. I might be able to do it. So when you have a candle, those of you guys on YouTube, I'm doing this for TikTok. So right here, right, you've got your wick, okay, and these are price. We'll just say these are the ranges, okay. So we'll just say 150, 125, 115. All right, so that's the wick of this candle, right? Now the body of this candle is right here. Okay, we're gonna fill that in. And we'll just say this is the daily candle. So in the whole days of trading, the stock opened. Now this is a green candle, not a blue candle, so just pretend with me. In a green candle, the bottom right here, okay, well, regardless, this right here is going to be the open of the candle. Obviously, if it's the open, it needs to go up in order to be a green candle. So the bottom is where that open is going to be. So that's where the price will open and close at that other price. The wick just tells you where it may have rejected or where it may have bounced. Does that make sense? Alrighty. Well, with that, hopefully that answered your question. I'll be live tomorrow morning. See you guys bright and early. Thank you guys so much for all of the likes here on YouTube and on TikTok. I'm glad you guys dig the stream. I will be live tomorrow morning. We also will be doing the giveaway tomorrow for the Oculus VR. So if you guys want that, make sure you are following the Simple Stacks Investment page and you go look for the instructions on that. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow morning bright and early, and we'll be watching futures to see where we open up at. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. Gotta close YouTube first.